It's the 10th of September. I just want to share an experience with you on eBay. We had a customer contact us after buying two items. Mind you, this was 2 weeks ago, saying that he wanted to return the item. It wasn't for him. He had no grievances with the item in particular. He just said he didn't want it no more and wanted to return it. That's not a problem. We have a 60-day return policy, so they can return it no problem within 60 days. No issue. We give them a return address, and the other day, this package turned up. So I checked the address. It's been about 2 weeks since our conversation. I've had so much activity on eBay that I actually forgot all about that. So I look back up at the messages, at the communication, and I realise, do you know what? This was 2 weeks ago, and he's only just now returned it. But more shockingly is that he only returned back one of the two items. Now, me knowing eBay, I'm going to have to issue a refund for the two items even though he's returned one. He didn't even return back the accessories for either one of the two items. Now, eBay, they're going to side with the buyer either way. I'm reluctant to message the buyer because if I message him saying, look, you've only sent back one of the two items and without accessories, he's going to just deny it. Then the onus is on me, the seller, to prove that he sent back only half the package. And that's impossible to prove. So I'm reluctant to even message the buyer. For that reason, I stayed absolutely clear from this buyer. Haven't messaged him. What I've done is I sent a cancellation request. I did briefly say in a cancellation request only one of two items have been returned, and I'm processing a full refund. I'm hoping he clicks the cancellation request. Then that way, once a cancellation request has gone through, he can't open an item not described case or a case of any sort thereafter. So I'm hoping that happens, but we're going to see how that played out. So anyways, I called up eBay and I explained the situation. And the customer representative said to me, it's my fault because I handled it wrong. Now, he's saying that I should have forced the buyer to open a return case rather than doing it informally through the member-to-member messages. Now, as a seller, we try to avoid using the resolution center because we get this thing called a defect, which basically is a black mark against your name, and it means that if you get too many defects, you lose ranking and you lose top rated seller status and all this other bizarre stuff. But either way, the representative was saying that that's the best way to handle it, is to open the case. And I seriously disagree with that, because had I told him to open a case, right, he could have opened the item not as described case, or he could have escalated the case at any point. Had he done that, I would have been forced to prove that he only sent back one of the two, and there's no actual way to prove this. By short of opening all the mail in front of a camera, it's impossible to prove. And even then, there's no way to facilitate you uploading the picture for eBay to even see it. So, or the video for eBay to even see it. So that's just ridiculous. I don't even know why he came up with that, but that's their solution. That was their solution to this. So he was saying, well, it was my fault, and the only way to remedy this is to issue the buyer a full refund for both the items. Now I'm saying, well, this buyer is obviously committing fraud. He's, saying that he doesn't want the item anymore and returning half the package. That's fraud. One of two of the packages, not even just half the packages. So that in itself, I don't want to encourage that on the eBay system. Whether I get a defect or whether I get negative feedback, it's a possibility that that can happen still. But at least now he's going to be less reluctant to pull this, particular scam again. and eBay community can be safe. But the eBay representative on the phone was saying, well, I should be concerned about myself. We were top rated seller. I slipped just behind top rated seller last month for the valuation. I think that's one defect over, so I lost that. But he's saying that it's best not to rock the boat to ensure that I become top rated seller next month, and so that I could benefit from the increased sales. And that's true, because as a seller, the whole idea is to get sales, and top rated seller, I get the discount, I get better visibility, and the money which I'm going to lose from the refund I'm going to make up with that top rated seller badge. But it's more about the principle at this point. So I've made a business decision not to refund this buyer for the 2 items. At best, I'm going to refund him for the 1 item he did send back. He didn't even send back the accessories, so I feel that I'm within my right not even to do that if I really want to. I may even just post it back to him. Actually, that's even a good idea. That, if the cancellation request goes through, I might even do that. I might just post it back to him and just say, do you know what, screw you. What can you do? So anyways, have you guys experienced this? People buying items, then sending back half the stuff, or sending things back not as not as you shipped it. Let me know, comment below, subscribe, tell me what you think.